Hello everyone. This is actually my second take. I had to delete the first video. I had to delete the first video because due to my hypertension, I kept accidentally giving everyone the finger, and I didn't realize until I checked the playback, and I saw, oh shit, I keep giving people the finger. So I got a cigarillo here. Hopefully I'll keep my fingers distracted as I talk. So speaking of, my medical situation is not improving because doctor really doesn't like disabled people. That's not me speculating, it's not me being oversensitive. She told me outright that she thinks disabled people complain too much. She thinks that we shouldn't ask doctors for help, we should learn to accept our symptoms, She's a German, you know what they're like. It's difficult, because it's getting a bit dangerous now, like my neurological symptoms. According to a second opinion from a doctor, again, I'm not speculating, I have sources for all of this, expert opinions, got a second opinion, says that my symptoms are likely Parkinsonian. And doing some of my own research into the matter, as you do when you're curious, I learned that apparently it's very common to develop neurological problems as a result of prolonged torture. It basically destroys your nervous system, and because I was abused by my family for almost 2 decades at least, it's not very surprising that it happened. It's the same thing. You see people from step out of Guantanamo Bay and they're all twitchy and the like. It's the same thing basically. Except when it happens to people who get abused, we don't get the same sort of media acknowledgement. Not that I'm saying that oh, those big shots over at Guantanamo, they have it so easy. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean it's not as widely recognized in culture, but it's a thing. And yeah, apparently that's what's happening to me. And yeah, I did a lot of research after I got the second opinion by the doctor, and yeah, it seems to be Parkinsonian symptoms, and whether it's Parkinsonism or full on Parkinson's, I don't know. Could be either one. Apparently it has to do with something happening in your brain. It's a physical event, I believe. Something in your basal ganglia folds up, and it just screws up your autonomic nervous system, and then you become very very tense, very rigid, and it's hard to move and things like that. And since the doctor keeps putting off actually giving me access to a neurologist, since she keeps weaponizing psychiatry against me, even though the psychiatrists tell me no symptoms explain this, there's nothing wrong with me psychiatrically except for some anxiety, which again, I think considering how I was tortured for so many years, I'm batting pretty well here. I'm doing all right for myself. I got a good box score. Leaving all that with just anxiety, I think I'm pretty impressive. I think fair enough. And so that's a problem, intentional targeted medical neglect. But I've been sending complaints all over the place to medical board, to patient defense ombudsman, to the legal department, at the big supervisory board for the hospital thing. It's mostly falling on deaf ears, because I think it's just because I'm poor and she's not. Poor people are usually not taken seriously. That's kind of the whole point of capitalism. So yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult, but I'm also seeing a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel because I know what's going on with me. I'm still learning. Like, she's trying to keep me from understanding what's happening to me, but I can learn on my own. I can figure it out. When I got that second opinion, I was given a clue to the puzzle. So I'm trying to figure out ways to deal with it myself. But I'm genuinely convinced that this doctor is just trying to kill disabled people, basically. Like, it's some kind of, like, you know, a thing. Some people like that sort of thing. I know because they were my relatives. I think it's like a sadistic thing, like a antisocial behavior trait kind of thing. It's troubling, but I'm gonna try my best to catch her, to get evidence, to, you know, put her in prison, to hold her accountable for her actions, because the law is still out there, even if it needs a bit of encouraging. If I get enough evidence, they can't ignore me anymore. And you know, if they ignore me, I'll go to the newspapers. That'll teach them. So I'm, you know, I got my head in the game. I'm not gonna give up. It just takes effort, and that's okay. It's gone out. And also smoking helps, actually, because it's a nerve medicine. It's a type of nerve medicine. I mean, it's not a pharmaceutical nerve medicine, obviously, but it has like alkaloids and stuff that can help your nerve system. So that's why I go through quite a few of these. I don't want to. I wish I could just get like pills or something, but I mean, I've explained the obstacle course between me and healthcare, so, you know. What makes the situation dangerous is that I've been starting to get seizures, pretty bad seizures. Last one I had caused like all these hallucinations and stuff, but they weren't like schizophrenia hallucinations. They were more like brain hallucinations. Like, I didn't see like, you know, dancing elephants or anything. I just saw like weird colors and stuff, and like everything had like lines on it, weird sort of white lines, and a lot of red and green. Like, it looked a bit like an MTV music video, almost like, you know, like one of those cheesy MTV music videos from like 2005 where they had like very basic image editing stuff. It looked a little bit like that, where they like made those weird trippy patterns. I also had a fall. I fell. That was actually pretty scary because it happened while I was crossing the street. I fell down. Luckily there were no cars. If there had been cars, I think I would have at the very least lost a leg. So it's a good thing there were no cars, because, you know, I already have trouble walking. I don't need to be losing legs all over the place. So that's a problem. And that's why I'm kind of escalating my view of the doctor to where I see more violent hostility now, because, you know, she put me in danger deliberately, and there's a word for people who do that, and it's bad guy, right? So yeah, not a big fan of that. And yeah, she weaponizes mental health against me. And on that note, I want to clarify something. Some of you may have noticed that I have drawings on the walls, and you've probably seen films like The Shining, and you might think, well, people who draw on walls, they're a bit troubled. Nothing like that. You have to remember, I'm an engineer who's broke. I'm learning engineering. I don't have a whiteboard, so instead I have a graphene pen and baking soda. This scrubs right off. It's not a big deal, right? I'm just using it as a whiteboard. What I have is a blueprint of an AI navigation system. Not AI like, you know, Silicon Valley scam, but for video games, you know, like characters. And it's a navigation system I had an idea for, where you use a camera method called overdraw, which basically changes the way that 3D objects have color data. It's used for diagnosing certain kinds of problems. But I thought, I wonder if you could use that color data to give NPCs, characters, a way to navigate, to see what their environment is like, what's obstacles, what's not obstacles, things like that. I thought it was an interesting idea because it's very easy to create an overdraw composite, which is a fancy word of saying screenshot. And then I thought, all right, so you can create this screenshot from an overhead view, and it can give them like a map. And that way you wouldn't need to rely on nav meshing. You could do all that in runtime, basically, and just update it every once in a while with another screenshot. I mean, the computers can render hundreds of frames per second. You only need a frame every once in a while. I thought it would be a really cool way to save on system resources and data overhead. But the problem is that in order for them to actually be able to read that data, you need to scan pixels for color values. And turns out that's where you get the performance problems. So I solved one problem, but I caused another. So it's a failed invention, right? That's all it is. It's a prototype I thought could be fun. Wouldn't work. That's all it is. It's not, there's nothing about aliens. I mean, I know I did the X-Files poster, but that's just because I like science fiction. It's not because I'm crazy. So I wanted to explain that in case some of you might have been speculating on the matter. That's my situation right now. On the plus side, I did finish my Spanish class. I think I might have mentioned that before, but I did finish it. I got 8 out of 10. So that's kind of cool. I'm apparently good at studying when I'm not being held back by an abusive family. And I'm hoping, because they said at the job center, they said I could do courses, like vocational courses, and I'm hoping to do a few of those and just learn all kinds of stuff now that I'm good at like taking classes and going to school and stuff. I even bought some school supplies. Like I bought a notebook, like not a notebook, but like an actual notebook, like a book with blank sheets of paper that you can make notes on, right? Got that. I got a little folder, so a mesh folder. Looks pretty cool. I got some rulers, because I thought if I'm gonna learn engineering, I should be serious about it. I should get some rulers. I got all the big ones. I got the compass, got the triangle one. I got a normal sort of long ruler, and yeah, I have all the math supplies I could need and more. And then I got some pens as well, obviously, because yeah, I'm talking to you about office supplies. I don't know if this is entertaining media, but it is my life. And that's it. I think I'm gonna try to keep going to the doctors, and hopefully I'll be able to gather evidence at a rate faster than my neurological symptoms will kill me. And that's my current situation. I'm just a vigilant citizen trying to catch what is probably a serial killer. I hope you're all doing well. And I hope I am too.